Good early evening, Birmingham. This is Charlie Bolak here live at the clubhouse. We are getting ready to do a quick segment with Coach Jerry Aldrich and his son Austin. So you got Jerry, you can see him there. Austin, we can't see you, but I'm sure everybody trusts that you're a good-looking guy, Coach. If he's Coach's son, he's got to be, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh, I forgot to fade the music out. How about that? All right, much better. I bet people can actually hear us now. So, Coach, what we're talking about a little bit about common golf. It's a method, I think, a theory, kind of an approach to instruction.
It just covers some things that information has been out there all along, but a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people don't use it, and it's sort of like a teacher sometimes teaches the third grade all the time. She just figured everybody comes to third grade already knows second grade.
Hey, that makes sense. And you're pulling it all together in one place for the common golfer, right? Hey, I'll tell you what, that's brilliant. That's why it hasn't been done yet. Coach, great idea. So the reason we wanted to talk about this is Coach is going to be here Tuesdays and Thursdays at Swing Away Golf Club. And we are going to, it's going to be 6:30 to 7:30, right? And then if we have some Q&A after, Coach, he'll stick around, sign some autographs, things like that, kiss a baby every now and then. Let's see, Coach. So getting into it, just touching a little bit about what the clinics are going to look like. Where would you start, and what level of player is going to get the most out of it, would you say?
Almost any level of player gets something out of it. I ran golf schools internationally for 7 or 8 years, and some of our schools were single-digit handicappers. And even some of the material we covered, it's almost like a baseball player going to spring camp. You know why they go to spring camp? Because they got to review things that they might have slipped up on or reiterate. So any level of golfer can get some benefit out of this.
So I need to go to spring training every morning to kind of remember what I've forgotten from the day before. Is that right?
That's 100% right. I mean, it's like you play golf a long time, you heard so many tips. And, every once in a while, I think Jack Nicklaus went back to his teacher every spring. He's like, teach me how to play golf. Just work on the grip, work on the stance, work on your alignment. Don't care how good you are, you need reminders.
That's incredible to me that you get to that point and you still would look to another person. I mean, I would have to think my ego would be like, I'm Jack Nicklaus. Who's going to teach me anything?
Right.
But that's why he's one of the greatest of all time, is because he overcame that and was able to work it into a routine, right? What do you say about that, Coach? At what point?
Well,
everybody
looks a little different. Just take a baseball team. They got the same batting coach, but when they get up there and step inside the batter's box, they all look different. And so, the golf swing, too many people try to make themselves look like somebody, look like a perfect golf swinger, look like this, and they get a little bit too much of what you might call paralysis by analysis. They emphasize they can't see the forest for the trees.
Oh, absolutely. And I almost went down that path one time, early on in the technological golf renaissance, maybe, if that's what we could call it. I went in and somebody laid my swing on top of Tiger's swing. And I felt bad for a while about that because, I would say, well, Tiger does this, I would do this, I can do this, because I kept a video of it. And I would try to get back. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'll never beat Tiger Woods. I have to start playing my own golf. And shout out to the couple of pros over the years that I've had lessons with, Dave Smith at Bent Brook, Neil Thompson across the way, and Coach. I tell you, the little pointers that you've given me, and I make a joke when you're not here, is like, well, Coach is here, I'm not going to shoot very well, but when he's here, by God, I mean, I can strike him. He walks out the door, and I go back to my old ways, my old habits, and we're back to square one.
Yeah, and those overlays, I mean, it's kind of fun to see, but you're not built like Tiger Woods, right? Tiger's 6'1", and he's got the broad shoulders and narrow waist, and, we're not all built like that. Nope. So, we need to find people who are built like us to start with, but even then you have different flexibilities and abilities, so that's what I've enjoyed, Dad, working with me over the years, with just like, we worried about trying to find my golf swing, not somebody else's.
Absolutely. And I tell you, I bet, whatever profession you ended up in, that helped you tremendously throughout the years to feel more comfortable in your own skin, not saying, hey, these top 10 in the world do this, you need to do this. It's no, buddy, what feels right?
What can I do over and over again to be successful? Because if I'm trying, like, hey, great, I made that one swing that had that one result, but the next 9 are off base. It's like,
yeah, and along those same lines, most everybody, when we're giving lessons, they'll hit a couple of shots and they'll hit one that's sort of funny, and they say, what did I do wrong? Well, it's not really what you did wrong that's important. It's knowing what you want to do and how close you get to it more often.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So don't dissect the shot necessarily. Did my wrist go too far? Did I do this? Just how do you repeat the original?
I've overheard him in lessons. He's like, the guy asks, like, what did I do wrong? And he says, well, what are you going to do if I tell you? He's like, no, let's talk about what you want to do right and keep trying to do that and not worry about.
See, that is why I say golfers of any ability need to take lessons. Right?
That's right.
If you go out on the golf course and try to teach yourself this game, you are doing yourself a disservice. Simply because there's so many moving parts and so many bad habits you can get into early that it's a minefield. It's like walking through a minefield, right? Coach?
Right, because it's like car tires. You may want a new tire, and I might give you a 15-inch rim and a tire that fits that, but your car is 14-inch rims. So just because it's a good tire and does all this stuff don't mean it's the right one for you.
No, absolutely. I cannot argue with that. Well, Coach, I'm excited to see how Common Golf kind of translates into these clinics that we're going to do here at Swingaway Golf Club every Tuesday and Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30. And like Coach said, any ability level, don't stay at home and miss out because you're worried about embarrassing yourself. I promise you, I've had a driver head go through a wall already. So there's nothing you can do that would be embarrassing. And shout out to tonight's Heckler League. It's starting in about 19 minutes, and we'll be here as long as it takes the entire league to get through. Whether you're a golfer or not, come on out. Give our golfers a hard time. Make it. Don't give me a hard time though, because I am competing. So give me a little bit of break so I can make some money. And come on out. It's going to be a great time. Well, thank you all for tuning in. This is Charlie Bolak coming at you live from the clubhouse. We might come back later on, depending on how busy we get. Hope to see you if we do. If not, have a wonderful night. Look forward to seeing you on Tuesdays. Thanks a lot.